William Lively on leadership, social enterprise, and creating long-term value beyond business growth. There's a moment most entrepreneurs recognize. The product works. The clients are real. The revenue is growing. And then someone on the team breaks down, or a key partner walks, or a market shifts overnight. That's the moment when strategy alone isn't enough. That's when character gets tested. William Lively has been in that moment more than once. He's the founder behind Extrance, a fintech platform that tackled one of private equity's most persistent inefficiencies, intra-fund liquidity. He led that company through skepticism, institutional resistance, and a complex acquisition by one of the world's largest investment banks. After the acquisition, he stepped away from daily operations and turned his full attention to the William M. Lively Foundation. He didn't slow down. He redirected. His story isn't just about building a company. It's about what happens when a leader decides that the measure of success isn't an exit multiple. It's what you build into the people around you. How William Lively built a fintech platform nobody thought could work when Extrance launched. The core idea made institutional investors uncomfortable. A matching service model for private equity liquidity? The concern wasn't just technical. It was structural. Fund managers worried that any mechanism enabling intra-fund trading would unravel the very design that made private equity attractive to long-term capital. Lively didn't fight that skepticism head-on. He listened to it. The breakthrough came not from pushing harder, but from listening more deeply, he recalled. Building a compliance-first framework, not a product-first one. That shift attracted the right partners and, eventually, redefined the standard for what a matching service in private markets could look like. It's a detail worth sitting with. The instinct in early-stage companies is to sell harder when you hit resistance. Lively did the opposite. He let the objections shape the architecture. That decision made Extrance credible to the institutions it needed most. The discipline behind the day-to-day Lively's approach to productivity isn't built on hustle. It's built on structure and what he calls protecting leverage. His days start early with a scan of global financial and technology news. Then comes a block of uninterrupted work, strategy, writing, or decisions that require depth. Meetings come later. That ordering isn't incidental. It's intentional. I focus on leverage, he explained, where my input creates exponential output. That principle extends to how he uses information. Lively doesn't rely on any single channel to stay informed. He reads curated journals, attends closed-door briefings, and has direct conversations with founders, engineers, and policy advisors. The goal isn't to consume more. It's to triangulate well. His goal setting follows the same logic. He uses OKRs, but only after the team has aligned on a broader strategy and bought into the culture behind them. Metrics without shared context, he's found, produce compliance rather than commitment. Building teams that outlast the builder. One story. Lively tells speaks to his leadership philosophy more clearly than any framework could. A top engineer at Extrance was struggling. She was technically brilliant but overwhelmed by the cross-functional demands that come with a scaling company. The easy move would have been to sideline her or simply accept diminished output. Lively did neither. He worked with her to reshape her role, creating a more focused technical leadership lane and pairing her with a product-minded counterpart who could carry the coordination weight. The result? She ended up leading the architecture work that helped secure the acquisition. That's the power of supporting people into their strengths, he reflected. This is a pattern across his leadership style. He doesn't build teams to execute his vision. He builds conditions where smart people can own theirs. His delegation filter is simple. If someone else can do it at 80% quality or better, he steps back and gets out of the way. His focus stays on the decisions only he can make. The qualities he considers non-negotiable in a leader. Vision paired with genuine humility. Decisiveness that doesn't come at the cost of listening. Accountability that runs downward, not just upward. Consistency across hard days, not just big wins. Why William Lively taught himself to code during Extrance's build-out. Lively taught himself Python and basic machine learning models, not because he planned to write production code, because he needed to think like an engineer. I learned through self-paced courses, midnight coding, and asking engineers on my team real questions, he said. It changed the way I see product architecture and made me a better communicator and problem solver. That choice reflects something deeper about how he approaches growth. He doesn't learn to accumulate credentials. He learns to close the distance between himself and the people he leads. When a founder or engineer talks about system constraints, he wants to understand the tension behind the words, not just the summary. He carries this attitude into everything. When he worked in a cold storage warehouse early in his career, manually logging inventory, he wasn't learning logistics. He was learning empathy. It taught me attention to detail matters, he recalled, and empathy for every role in a system, from frontline to executive, creates better leadership. The lesson stuck. His leadership today is partly a product of understanding what unglamorous work actually feels like from the inside. The foundation and the shift toward social impact. The transition out of Extrance after the acquisition wasn't clean or easy. Letting go of daily leadership, Lively acknowledged, required trusting a new vision while staying honest about the legacy he'd built. Navigating the transition of Extrance post-acquisition was emotionally and operationally complex, he said. He moved into the William M. Lively Foundation full-time. That decision carried weight. It also carried clarity. The same instincts that built Extrance now drive his philanthropic work. Identify genuine gaps. Build trust before building programs. Measure impact, not activity. His involvement with the Children's Minnesota Star Gala reflects this orientation, connecting donors, community leaders, and healthcare advocates around a shared cause and directing resources to where they create the most direct benefit for pediatric patients and families. His core approach to social enterprise mirrors his business philosophy. 1. Start with a clear picture of what measurable values should exist in the world because of the work. 2. Build the smallest executable version of that vision first. 3. Assemble a small team with aligned values, not just aligned skills. 4. Communicate relentlessly and adjust based on what you hear. He's direct about the lesson behind this. 80% of a project's success is determined before it launches by culture, intention, and communication. What legacy actually means to William Lively. A former partner at DCI Capital once told Lively something that changed how he leads. Legacy is not what you leave behind, the partner said. It's what you build into others. That line surfaces repeatedly in how Lively talks about his work, his teams, and his foundation. It's the through line across every chapter. Extrins wasn't just a liquidity platform. It was a place where engineers grew into technical leaders and ideas earned institutional trust through discipline. The William M. Lively Foundation isn't just a philanthropic vehicle. It's an extension of the same belief that the most durable form of success is the kind you can see in other people. His advice to anyone trying to build something meaningful is stripped of the usual career ladder language. Don't chase roles, chase questions, he said. Ask what problems you're willing to lose sleep over solving. Build your identity around values, not titles. He's done that. The measure of it isn't on a cap table. Real purpose doesn't just scale, Lively said. It sustains. This article is for informational purposes only. Nothing in this article constitutes financial, investment, or legal advice. Readers should consult qualified professionals before making financial or investment decisions.